My dear friends, today we're going to make a very unique and very green baked sponge. I hope it will be something unique and something new on your table. I hope you will try it, and I promise you it is very delicious, it is show-stopping, and as usual, no eggs, no dairy, no gluten, no soy, no corn, no refined sugar and no nuts. Absolutely wholesome spinach basil sponge. Let's get started. When we talk about vegan, no eggs, no dairy, and gluten-free sponges, baked cakes, the first question is what flour to use. This recipe is super easy to substitute one flour to another one. So you need to find any gluten-free blend in your country that is available in your market, in your supermarket, so whatever you want. In United States you maybe saw very often this packaging into other my recipes, so I love this flour very much, so I'm going to use this one. And one more trick, if you sell cakes and if you want to add this sponge into your menu and you are quite worried about the cost and maybe your customers are not so picky to gluten-free blends, gluten-free cakes, you can substitute this gluten-free mix to white flour. Super easy and super fast. Because it's a spinach and basil sponge, we're going to use a lot of spinach, and not a lot, but quite enough amount of spinach to make this amazing taste, amazing flavor. By the way, you can use defrosted spinach. It also would work very good. However, I highly recommend you to use fresh basil. If it's off season of basil, just skip them and you will receive spinach amazing sponges. One more very important ingredient is apple. I recommend to use green apples, Granny Smith apples, so they are wonderful for baking. So here you are, we de-seeded it and we remove the skin, so we need specific amount of apples. Also shredded coconut, good ingredient here, we can substitute it, so please make sure you have it. Full fat, medium, normal shredded coconut, unsweetened of course. Regarding the sweetener, so you can use agave nectar, you can use maple syrup. However, for this recipe the color of your sweetener is matter. If you use maple syrup, and it is usually very dark in color, and when you mix dark brown color of sweetener with greens, you will receive quite dark green color of your sponge. It's totally okay. It will not make impact on the flavor and taste of your cake. Maybe it's not that color that you want to achieve. But anyway, you remember, we never use any artificial dyes. Your cake will be still green, beautiful and delicious. So these are my recommendations about the sweetener. Also, we're going to use a little bit of lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice, freshly squeezed lime juice, apple cider vinegar, this is the brand that I'm going to use here, baking soda, very important ingredient, and a little bit of salt. Also, I forgot to mention coconut oil, not a lot, so it's quite low-fat sponge. We're going to use coconut oil, melted. How to melt it, please see this video. It's super fast and easy to do. And I think I told you everything, and big plus of this recipe, and that's why I love it so much, you don't need a mixer. You need just your blender and whisk and big bowl. So let's grab our blender. Also, please do not forget to start reheating your oven on 180 by Celsius or 350 degrees by Fahrenheit. So my oven is working right now. Here's our blender. Stand blender would be perfect for this mission. We're going to add our spinach. Great. We're adding our fresh basil. We're adding our sweetener, lemon and lime, salt, and let's start blending, and most likely you will need a tamper. Let's scrub everything from the walls. Awesome. Now we add shredded coconut. And now, using a very low speed of your blender, slowly we're adding melted coconut oil extra virgin. Great, we finished with the blender part, and let's work with our flours. I remind you that we still have apple cider vinegar, we have our gluten-free mix, it is not sifted, and we have soda, baking soda. We add everything into one bowl and mix it really very well, because we have to be sure that our soda is everywhere here. Great, still we have apple cider vinegar. Let's talk about molds. This quantity of ingredients is awesome for 8 inches, it's 20 centimeters cake molds, or also for 7 inches mold. So I'm going to use 7 inches mold, then I trim it using a 6 inches ring, and I will get a beautiful naked cake. But anyway, it's amazing for 20 centimeters or 8 inches cake mold. If you use rings, please create foil bottom. You need parchment paper circles, so your butter shouldn't touch the foil. It's important. And I love to use parchment paper walls. To stick parchment paper walls to my mold, I need just a little bit of oil. Here you are. I just wipe my walls, and it will be sticking perfectly. So our mold is ready. Grab a big bowl. We pour our wet mixture here. And we sieved our flour with baking soda. And let's mix it. Just follow my movements, how I do it with my hand, and repeat. Try do not mix it longer than I do it. So I do not put it on like fast speed. I do not cut this process to show you how I do it. So just repeat with me. Perfect. And now we need to add apple cider vinegar. So such thick butter we receive. So we move our butter to walls. And trying to make it flat. So that is all. We move it to the oven for about 30 minutes. And I want to emphasize that I use conventional option. Let's wait. So here you are, our sponge. It is completely baked. So I show you with a toothpick that it is dry. A little bit green, but dry. Awesome. Now we need to remove our mold. Be careful from the sheet, so it will stop baking from the bottom. And we need to cover it with silicone sheet. Just because my parchment paper wall are taller than my ring, I remove it. But if it's lower, don't do it. So I just remove it and cover it. We leave our sponge on our counter with a closed silicone mat on it for minimum like 20-30 minutes. Not minimum, so just for 20-30 minutes. After this, we cover it with a plastic wrap and move to refrigerator for 8 hours or overnight. So minimum 8 hours is needed to be chilled in the fridge before setting in the cake, before making it as a cake. So that is all. Just please don't skip this step. This means that we remain the moisture into our baked sponge. It's a very important moment. Don't leave it to cool down. Just open on your counter, because you will receive a very hard piece of bread and we don't want to get it. That is all, and then we will see the results. Here you are, our beautiful and very green sponge. I think it's amazing. The color is almost like my apron. Yeah. Oh yeah, so if you want to trim it, this is what I love to do for my cakes. We grab the ring and knife, and we need to trim it with a knife. Let's grab a little bit taller. This is our sponge and just a little bit of leftovers. The recipe is just for one sponge. I made 3, so I want to cut all of them, take beautiful photos, and of course, new cake is coming up. Also, one more tip, our green sponges have quite a dark bottom, and I highly recommend you to trim it as well, but it's better to use with a knife. And the last thing that I wanted to show is the difference of texture of these two sponges. So you can see this is more similar to regular with gluten sponge, and this is more like dense and more thick, let's say thick. This is depends on the time how long you mix the butter. So this one we made with you, so I highly suggest you to follow my video and mix same time as I do it, so no longer, not shorter time, and you will receive such amazing result. If you receive such result, It's also great. It's also very, very wet. It's soft, so it's okay. You can use it. It's also an experience, but next time you need to know that your goal is this result, and just you mix it maybe more harder or longer than you needed. So your result should be like this, but this one also would work. And one more tip. We made only one sponge, and the recipe is for one sponge. If by your recipe, for example, from my cake, you need 3 sponges, but you have, for example, only one mold, so you need to mix your butter every time for next new sponge. So you can't make the batch of 3 sponges, bake only one, and the butter will be resting. No, it doesn't work for these sponges. So you need to make a new batch just before you put it into the oven. Same, if you have just 2 molds, you make the butter for 2 sponges, for example, pour it into the molds, bake, and then make new batch for only 1 sponge, and you will get 3 sponges. I hope it's clear. I hope you will make a lot of different creations with these amazing sponges. They are beautiful, they are green, and they are super delicious. You can use strawberry cream, you can use vanilla, you can use lemon cream. Just your imagination. Let me know if you like this video, and thank you for being with me. Bye!